Hey guys, what is up? It is Danlags, and welcome back to episode 161 of Constructing Los Dangeles. How is everybody doing? We are back in the city today. We're ready to continue to build. Last episode was a recap on episode 160 where we went through and checked out all the updates on the world since episode 130, just going through and checking out all the stuff that's been built since then. So today is going to be back to business, guys. We're going back to building and continuing the production of this world. So I have a few updates to start off with you guys to start this episode. First thing is I started to work on the entrance to this side of the stadium. So as you can see, we have the little flags here, which I like. I think I did something similar on the other side of the stadium. You kind of have the two green and yellow flags, which are a little bit lower, and then you have the taller white flag on one set of those on each side. I really like the way that looks. I think it's kind of cool. It just kind of gives me that like kind of stadium light, because there's a lot of flags around stadiums, so I like that. And of course we have a couple little custom trees and just a little bit of lawn space as well as you kind of walk up to this entrance. But it's starting to come together pretty nicely here in the back. So my goal for the rest of this is right here, kind of have this space kind of squared away, this huge rectangle. This is going to be the second major parking lot for the stadium, because obviously we need a lot of parking to fill all those seats, right? And this yacht is kind of in an awkward position right now, so I'm gonna move that very soon. So that's funny. Obviously I took the road through here. I think that was there last time, but I also added the median lines on there, so that's been put in. What else has been done? Oh yes, I extended all of the parking lots here in terms of, they were already extended, but I added all the lines in the middle, added the lights, planted a few more trees. So this area is starting to come together very nicely. Again, this parking lot is huge. Doesn't even fit in one chunk really, unless you stand in the middle. So you know it's good if it doesn't even fit in one chunk in terms of the size. So there's plenty of parking here for the people that want to come check out the game at the Los Angeles Laggers, and everyone wants to come see them play. So anyway, guys, back over to the dealership. The viewers have spoken. You guys have given me your thoughts. You guys voted. A lot of you guys voted. Tons of votes came in for the straw poll on what the name of this dealership should be. So I think this might give it away right here. The nice big Danz sign. But Mercedes Danz was the winner out of the 5 possible options. Mercedes Danz got the most votes. It was a pretty close vote. I think Mercedes Danz got about 30% of the vote. So the others got a lot of votes as well. But Mercedes Danz was the most votes. So therefore, the official name of this dealership for now is going to be Mercedes Danz. So, I mean, it was a no loss situation, I guess. All those names were very clever and worked great with my gamer tag and all that stuff. So, it was a win-win no matter what. You guys might be wondering what my personal favorite was. I did mention that I would tell you guys what my personal favorite was out of the 5 dealership possibilities. So, we had Mercedes Danz, we had BMW, Volkswagen, Jaguar, and Cadillac. And the latter is my favorite. That's right, Cadillac was my personal favorite. I just thought that rolled off the tongue really nicely. So if it was up to me, I would probably go with Cadillac. But obviously, all those options were really good, and you guys picked a great name. Mercedes Danz is awesome. That's a fantastic name for a dealership. So we're gonna kind of finish up the dealership today. I did a lot of work on it off camera. We'll go into that in just a second, and I want to actually like finish the actual build of it today. So moving over here, here are the 3 models of the cars that are going to be sold here at Mercedes Danz. So we have the sports car. We're gonna have to give them like even more official names, like it's gonna be like the E-Class or something like that. I don't know. The Mercedes has got these like fancy schmancy names that they give their cars, but we'll have to think of something even original for that. So we have the like low to the ground sports car. This is just like kind of like a normal car, not quite. I might have to get rid of like these hot rod lines to make it like not look like a race car, because I kind of want to just be like a normal standard like station wagon kind of car, more or less, or like just like a sedan. And then right here we have the mini car, so the smart car. So those are the 3 models that are going to be sold here at Mercedes Danz. So let's go on in the inside. I finished off the walls and everything. We'll probably show this from the outside first. So if you come back here, I closed off the back of the building. So we have blue and yellow as the official colors of this particular dealership. So I like the yellow back wall. I think that has a nice contrast. So anyway, let's go back on inside here, and we're going to kind of fill this in. So obviously, what do dealerships need on the interior? We need some offices, and we need some cars to be on display. So we're going to do both of those things this episode. So I'm going to put like 3 or 4 cars here on display in the main showroom. Over here in this space right in front of this M, we're going to put this kind of looks like an H, but yeah, whatever. We're going to put a nice big reception desk right here. And of course, over here, we're going to also have some more cars on display in this area Tried to add a lot of natural lighting to this building. I think that's kind of a thing I like to do, especially with daylight cycle. I can keep it daytime all the time, so natural lighting is ideal at this point. So I'm going to have a couple of more cars on showcase in this room, kind of like this open space with a nice big glass window. Right here is cool because this is all natural lighting, as you can see up there. Those are some daylight sensors, and those are the bottoms of them. So the daylight sensors actually do let the light shine through them, which is very nice. I actually kind of just found that out just now, so pretty happy about that. It makes this room very bright, so I like that. Employee only section, and then up here is where we're going to have our offices for the employees. So we're going to have the I guess the owner of the dealership right here in the corner office. We'll have like another office here, and then maybe a closet or possibly a third office depending on what we do. So that's the goal, guys. That's the plan for Mercedes Danz of Los Angeles, which is a lot of Danz, so that can become to expected. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all the blocks I need, and I'm just going to build some of these cars rapid fire. Again, these cars, I can build them pretty quick at this point. I kind of have the idea and all the designs for them pretty much figured out at this point. Of course, Mercedes Danz here in Los Angeles is sponsored by Danville's Anvils, and it's also in conjunction with Bedrock Tires. So they get their nice supply of tires from Bedrock Tires, which is a great company in Los Angeles that still doesn't exist. We're going to have to eventually build that because I keep mentioning it. Okay, so let me just put out the tire layout for this first car there. We're going to put another one right here. Jump 3 for this one, like that. And then we'll do a smart car. 1, 2, whoops. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Wait, no, I think the smart car goes like that. I think they're only like 1 block away. So I have the tires laid out. So let's go ahead and build this sports car first. Again, I can build these so fast now. I built them like a bunch of different times over the last few days, so I can just kind of like cruise through these, build this thing in literally 30 seconds. So I'm going to see if I can time myself, see how fast I can build this thing. Dan is on the clock. All right. So let's get this thing put in. Guys, I got a question of the day coming up. I want to talk about some other things as well while we're starting this process. But to start this off, how about March Madness, guys? So for those of you who are following college basketball in the United States, I have to mention that because we do have overseas viewers. It's that time of year, everybody. It's March Madness here in the States. We got college basketball tournament, the big dance going on, and as I'm recording this right now, I was just getting done watching a few games, just finishing up on the first day of the tournament, and we already have some upsets. 2 3 seeds already have gone down. So again, I'm sure a lot of you guys follow the tournament. I actually kind of regret not starting up a fan pool, because I wanted to what I wanted to do was do a fan bracket so I could have like a little challenge on ESPN and have like you guys play against me in like the pool. Just time slipped away from me, and the tournament kind of just like started. Like, they always have like the selection Sunday, and then like all of a sudden, like before you even know it, this tournament has already started. So I kind of like ran out of time to start that up, which stinks because I wanted to do that. I was like looking forward to doing that, and I just totally kind of spaced on it. But yeah, maybe next year. But the tournament is a crazy time of year for sports because it's just you never know what's going to happen. But I'm sure a lot of you guys follow it. And it's an exciting time, but we already got a couple of upsets. It's crazy. Already 2 3 seeds have gone down. I didn't pick them to go too far, but man, oh man, it's a crazy thing. So, yeah, March Madness, guys. It's a pretty crazy time of year. But there we go. We have our first 2 cars put in, and of course, I don't want to block off like the entrance, so we're gonna kind of put this through here, and then the last one we're gonna just do the Panto real quick. We gotta get the Panto. I might call this car the Mercedes Danz Pantalones because I like saying the word pantalones because it's Spanish for pants, and I think it's funny. So Pantalones, that's what we're gonna call this car, the Mercedes Danz Pantalones Mini, and it's gonna be a beautiful little car that you can drive right off the lot. Hopefully you don't get T-boned by a Mack truck because you might not be able to survive that, because this car is kind of small. So just let that be known that you are at risk of getting T-boned. If you do get T-boned, you might not be able to live it, but that's the risk you take when you drive a little mini car like this. So just putting that out there, guys. I gotta make sure you guys know about the insurance policies before you purchase a car and take one off the lot here at Mercedes Danz of Los Angeles. So I just want to make sure you guys know that. All right, so there we go. We have our 3 cars on display here inside. So we have the 3 cars outside on display and a couple of them parked in the lot. And then we have 3 more on the inside. So we got the 3 models, which is great. I love it. All right, I'm going to add some more Danville's Anvils because obviously this place is Mercedes-Danz sponsored by Danville's Anvils. You know those car dealerships in real life. You know, they're a little bit sketchy sometimes, and they have some questionable sponsorships, but not this one. Danville's Anvils is a high-quality product here in Los Angeles that gives you quality shrubbery and bushes around your building to give it a nice green look. It's 100% guaranteed satisfaction. They're very consistent. They look the same every time. So it's a great product, and I highly recommend it for anybody who needs some bushes around their place. Just call up Danville's Anvils of Los Angeles, and you're good to go. Okay, so let's see what else we can add. So I have the 3 cars, on display. It is a little bit dark in here, which is a little annoying. I tried to add these lightings, and maybe I'm thinking that possibly taking off of these slabs might just let a little bit more light in to this room. I think that might be necessary. I like the way they look with the slabs on them, but without the slabs, they do let in a little bit more light, so that might be worth it. So that we'll do that. We'll just leave that alone. Okay, so what else do we got to do? We got to add some sitting areas. I want to do that, but I also want to add that reception desk. So let's do that as well. For the reception desk, I think I'm gonna put like, what should I build that out of? How about some wood? We can put some wood going across right here. Maybe make it a pretty big desk, and I can even place some, well, let's see. I can get some light gray wool and some string and run this across through here. And we'll just put a little lip here on the edge of the desk. And then we got to add some chairs. That's very important. Let's throw a chair down right here. We'll put another one right there, just kind of like one's pushed in, one's not. And then back behind, we got to add another chair for the receptionist, of course. Very important. It's going to be Jan from those Toyota commercials. She's moved over to, she got promoted to Mercedes-Danz of Los Angeles, so very important. Count how many times times I say Dan in this video, and you'll probably get a prize or something. Alright, so there we go. That's a nice little reception desk. I could probably add a little bit more to this. Possibly a laptop of some kind. I don't know how outdated this design is, but I'll do it anyway. I feel like I've been doing this since the inception of Danville. But I'll go for it again, you know. Some designs never die. Hopefully I might not even be able to put a sign on that block. Okay. False alarm. This is dead as hell. Wait, can I place one there? Oh, I didn't. That would be awesome if you could place a painting on the side of a carpet. That would be awesome. I didn't realize that it says press left trigger to hang a painting. That's kind of interesting. It's like not place, it's hang. Never noticed that. You learn something new every day, I'll tell you. Alright, so how about I open up some space right here? That's fine, or maybe I'll just do that. I want to be able to put a laptop here, because obviously the receptionist isn't paying attention to the job on hand and just kind of fiddling around on the computer, which is totally fine. Okay, so we're going to put a flower pot right there, and one more right there. Mercedes-Danz, guys. Mercedes-Danz. I love it. So there's a reception desk. It's looking fancy. I like it. What if I just want to try to think of anything else I could add to this to make it look even better. Nah, I like it. I like it how it is. That's fine. All right, so there's our little reception area. I might even add some sort of, yeah, we got to do that. Let's add some lighting in the ceiling here. How about 2 blocks away right there? 2 blocks away right there. What is up here? Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about this because this is all like empty space up there. So place one right there and there. We'll do one right here and one right here. Is that going to open up into something? Nope, we are safe and sound. Okay, yeah, that should be good for some lighting. Just a little bit of lighting in that room. That's perfectly good. I like it. I like it a lot. Wait, hold on a second. That one's not in the right spot. Almost just made a crucial error. Would not have noticed it. There we go. That's much better. All right, so we got a little bit of just standard ceiling lighting in that room, which is good. And I might even want to actually mix up some of the floor. I'm gonna switch out this floor for some spruce wood, just because I don't want every single floor to be stone all the time. Sometimes it gets a little bit bland, so I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'll put in some spruce wood just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. No pun intended. Well, kinda. I'm not gonna lie, that pun was kind of intended. It's not a very good one, but you know, Dan is the lord of bad puns. So, well, sometimes my puns are good. It depends. Depends on what we're talking about. My sports puns are off the charts good, but everything else, you know, it's a work in progress. But you guys help me out with the puns, you know. Cadillac, Mercedes, Danz. You guys are on point on Twitter with the puns, guys. I appreciate it. And, you know, of course, like I've said many times, I am blessed with a gamer tag. That is the gamer tag of 1,000 puns. Endless Minecraft puns for Dan Lags. I'll tell you what. Alright, so that looks pretty good right there. And I might even just kind of just kind of close off this space with some slabs just running across here, just so it's more or less marked off like that. So that's kind of like a little reception area. That looks good, actually. I like that little, just mix up the colors. And spruce wood and gray will look kind of good together. I like that. So that's great. All right, so we got our 3 cars. We got our nice reception area. I'm going to add more to this down here. I might even put a couple more, like, small desks over here for, like, you know, those salesmen that just, you know, work off commission. They got to just jump at every single person that walks in that door and try to sell them 5 cars each. So that's how it works when you get paid on commission, I'll tell you. Okay, so up here, we're going to have some more rooms. And I'm thinking I'm going to take a wall across through here. I'm just going to run all the way down. I'm not going to make this wall 100% pillared quartz because that's just silly. What I want to do is actually just make this wall yellow. I'm going to have some yellow office rooms here. I think it'll look good. I like the yellow in here. And I like the way the yellow looks when you're looking at it from out there, kind of looking into the window. So if I cover this up with some quartz, it's not going to show as much. So we're going to have some yellow open up in here. And I'll try to take some inspiration from my classic car dealership back in Danville, which was, I don't remember what I named that. I think it was just Danville's dealership or something like that. But company names and adding things like this to Los Angeles is just what I want to do. It just adds so much character to the world. This is the things that you got to do when you're building a city, guys. You got to create company names. This was on my city building tips video. This is one of the tips that I gave. Create company names. Separate your city from other cities. Make it stand out. What other city do you know has a Mercedes Danz? I don't know. I can't say. I can't answer that question, honestly. I don't think there is one. So let's go ahead and place some glass in here just so there's a little bit of area opening up to this. I'm going to go ahead and place some doors in here. And of course, we're going to put some glowstone down and things like that because we don't want these offices to be dark. See, this office knows what it's doing already. That's great. And of course, I'm going to open up some windows out there as well. We don't want an office with no windows. That's going to be just silly. This one has a window, but this is going to be the corner office. This is the owner of the dealership, or the manager, I guess, which would be the official lingo. All right, so we're going to come inside here. And ultimately, I like to actually open up some space right here as well. I know a lot of offices and office buildings have little, like, I guess, like the front wall is kind of like glass, so you can kind of see into the building, or into the room a little bit. And I think that'll be something that's, like, worthwhile. Got to place that upside down stair. Right here as well, we'll go 1, 2, 3. This room is actually a little bit bigger. I didn't even that was unintentional. Maybe I'll make, you know, maybe I'll make this the manager's office. It doesn't necessarily have to be the corner. I don't, when I put these in, I just kind of just randomized it. I didn't intend for one room to be bigger than the other, so who knows. But this will be the smallest one. I might try to mix up these sizes a little bit, just so they're all the same. So we have a 3 block wide window there, or 2 block wide window. We got 3 wide here and then 3 wide here. So ideally, I'd like to have all 3 of them be 3 wide. So maybe I'll do this. I'll just kind of push this over just 1 block. So have a little bit more space on this office, but you know, and it's still going to look the same from the outside as the other 2. So we'll do that, and then right here, you can punch this wall out and knock it in 1 extra block. So take a little bit of space off of the central office and add a little bit of space to this side office, which I think is going to be lovely. So we'll get this filled in here. Same thing as well. But yeah, these are colorful. I like this. I like the yellow. I've always liked yellow in this texture pack, and obviously yellow is one of my favorite colors. So using yellow is fine with me. I have no problem with that. All right, so there's an office. So let's get a general idea of what I want to do with the windows on the outside. And again, I have to be careful with this because I want the windows to be symmetrical on the outside. So let's come out here and just kind of see what we have to do. So we have 1 window there, and honestly, I could do like a 3x3 window and kind of match it. So there's like 1 there. So those kind of line up. That might be pretty good. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away. So what if we do the same thing here? 1, 2, 3. So we open up a window right here, possibly. Yeah, that could work. And I might even just give myself even some more space. Yeah, let's do it. Let's knock even more space off of this one. Can't hurt, right? there's plenty of space on that central office. I have no problem knocking this wall out and making it perfect, right? Okay, so here's going to be another 3x3 window on this wall. So we have 2 3x3 windows. Oh, we got to fill in the windows on this one. That's the start. So we'll do that. And then we got to add a third one. So we're going to try to make this like symmetrical, ideally. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, knockout 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so maybe we want to make this one just 2 blocks wide instead, like that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5. All right, we'll do a 2 block wide window for that one. So we have 2 3 block wides, and then 2 2 block wides. How about that, guys? So we'll put this one in like that. And you know what? I kind of like the 2x3 instead. So maybe I'll do this. I'll go, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe I won't make this exactly the same. We'll do that instead. How about that? I like it a little bit better when it's 2x3. I think it just looks a little bit better. So, hey, I'm happy with that. That looks pretty good right there. So we'll go with that. And let's go back in here and fix this wall. So with all these changes we're making, I think I can still actually just put this back where it was. Unless I want to make it like lined up with the room. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? I could do that. I could move it in 1 block like I said I would. So now this window is going to be perfectly lined up in the middle of this room. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's not quite going to be lined up, but that's okay. So we'll take this and fill it in. Like that. And take this and run it across like this. Alright, so let's put some glowstone down in here. It's dark. It's spooky. So we got 1 glowstone. And guys, before I get too far into this, I've kind of been getting kind of involved in this. But let me go ahead and get to the question of the day, guys. Sorry it's so late in the episode. I like almost forgot about it. But again, just stay true to my promise. Never forget a CLD. Never forget a question of the day if I have one. So we'll get to it right now. Better late than never. So today's question of the day is from Darog McCluskey. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm not entirely sure. But the question of the day is, when you were young, who was your fave YouTuber, or did YouTube exist? Well, well, YouTube came out in 2005. I was in 5th grade. However, I don't really remember watching any YouTube videos specifically until about 2007. I remember watching the Potter Puppet Pals videos. Those were like some of the most famous videos on YouTube when they first came out, the Potter Puppet Pal videos. So I remember watching those when I first you know, learned what YouTube was, because I didn't have a computer or anything back when I was in middle school, so I didn't get a chance to go on the internet that much. And it's kind of weird to say that, because it's like the internet is like an absolute norm for like middle schoolers nowadays, but you know, times change. But anyway, that's not the question. Yeah, I mean, YouTube came out in 2005. My favorite YouTubers when I first started getting into YouTube, basically I didn't really make an account until about 2008 or 2009. I watched well, to start off, I watched CNanners. I'd say was my first like real memory of watching like one specific YouTuber. CNanners did some Call of Duty videos back in the day. I think CNanners is still a really popular YouTuber to this day, which is crazy. He's been doing it for a long time. I used to watch his old Call of Duty World at War videos a lot to kind of get tips on how to play the game, because that was when I was first starting to play that game, first starting to play like Call of Duty and things like that back in like 2008, 2009. So that's like my first memory of like actually like watching YouTube, and like making an account. But before that, I watched like, you know, just random funny videos from time in and time out when the website wasn't as popular as it is today. And then I also watched like Guitar Hero videos. Like I'd watch you know, like Guitar Hero like 100% on like Guitar Hero 2 with my friends, and like Guitar Hero 3. I used to remember watching like there was like this crazy song in that game called The Fire and Flames, and my friends and I used to watch like people do like 100% on that, and it was like, how does people do that? Like that's just insane. But that's like my memories of when YouTube first came out. Yeah, but when I was younger, CNanners was probably my favorite YouTuber. I don't watch his videos as much as I do anymore. I just you know, I don't watch them. But when I was younger, that was like one of my first memories of YouTube was watching CNanners, watching Potter Puppet Pals. Back when I was really young, that was like 6th grade or 7th grade, and then watching like just Guitar Hero stuff. Like that was my thing on YouTube. So that's what I watched. But yeah, that's kind of my little first experiences on YouTube, and everyone has their own thing. Who knows? Maybe one of you guys, I was one of the first YouTubers you watched, and if that's the case, then I'm honored. So, yeah, that's my story for that. So, thanks for the question, and of course, you guys know the drill. You can leave your question of the day submissions in the comment section or on Twitter. And yeah, that's that. So I'm going to do a few more things here, guys. I'm pretty much done with what I want to do for today's episode, but I'm just adding a couple of small details around the place just to close out. So I'm just going to put some like small tables. I'm just going to put one table right there. Honestly, I might just put one right there, and we'll have like a little painting on this wall. But yeah, I'm pretty much done what I want to do. Oh, that's perfect. I'll put a little clock there. I like that. Put a clock, put an anvil. Of course, we got to get a little bit of anvils up in here. There we go. So there, just a nice little hallway. I'm probably going to put some lighting in this hallway as well if I can find some space for it. Maybe I'll just put some glowstone like right here. Just kind of stick some glowstone little blocks in the ceiling. Just maybe like right next to where the doors are. That might be ideal. Just like right there. I don't know. Putting glowstone down in the ceiling is like... I'm just not a huge fan of that. I don't know where else I'm going to put it, though, honestly. Because I can't really do it in the floor, because the floor kind of double stacks. It's not double stacked is what I meant to say. So I can't really do it in the floor. I mean, it's pretty light. It's pretty well lit in here anyway, so I don't see it as being too big of a problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I wanted to do for today's episode. This car dealership is pretty much done, other than just furnishing those offices. Again, that's going to take me like 2 seconds, so... car dealership is pretty much done. I think this is awesome. I think the final product of this thing is pretty great. Again, I'm going to do a little bit with this floor here. I might do something along the lines of this, like doing like kind of like a checkered floor design where I'll have like, you know, some cobblestone kind of mixed in through here, because I don't want it just to be all stone. It gets, like I said earlier, it gets a little bit bland just having the same block as the floor and like everything. So again, mixing in some cobblestone squares in here would not hurt it at all. Something like this, right, guys? And yeah, that's the plan, guys. So thanks for tuning in to CLD today, guys. I'll come back to you guys in a few days with episode... What are we going to be on now? 162? We're cruising through, guys. Goal on the quest to 200 right now. We're on the road to 200 episodes of CLD. It's a mind-boggling thing. If you told me I was going to be on pace for 200 episodes of this series when I first started it, you know, I'll tell you what, when I first started this series, I just thought of it, you know, okay, it's going to be a cool series. You know, we're going to just start to build a city. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can make it better than Danville. I think we checked that off the list. It's crazy to think, like a year and a half later, we're at 162 episodes into this series, and it's still going strong. So you guys know how I feel about your support, so I appreciate it. But anyway, I'll fill in the rest of this later, but this already is just something small that is going to add a lot to this place. So guys, that's it. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in a few days for the next episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Give it a like for Mercedes Danz. You guys chose this name, and I love it. And I'll talk to you guys on the next... Wow, those... Never mind. I almost have to cut myself off there. I really like the way those offices look on the second floor through here. So, that again, like I said, that yellow sticking through that glass looks really nice. So, guys, thanks for watching. It's been Dan Lags. I'll see you guys in a few days. Give it a like if you did enjoy it. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.